Hello dear students, welcome back to EDUHUNT video lecture series. We have in the previous session, we have discussed that some signals or some stimulation, how it gets to the body and how it transmits and it conducts into the body, and how stimulation starts and how it works. That is neural control and coordination that has been discussed, where the nervous system, that is the brain, the spinal cord, along with the nerves arising from the brain called the cranial nerves and the spinal nerves, how they participate in coordinating all the organs and their activities. According to that, the neural control and coordination, that is quite fast but rather short-lived. So that is why these stimulations are continuously generating in the body. So there must be a regulatory system or a control system in the body to monitor and to coordinate all the activities of the organs in the body. Only the neurons or the nerve cells, they conduct the stimuli conduct the stimuli that are fast. They can quickly conduct the stimulus. They can quickly grab that stimulus and conduct to the organ, site of the action. But this is very short-lived, as I mentioned. So for that reason, and also the signals or the stimuli that has been perceived by the nervous system, the neurons do not innervate all the cells so as to conduct the stimuli and to monitor and to coordinate. There has to be a system that should integrate all these actions, all these stimuli. That is provided by the hormones. These hormones are produced by various endocrine glands. The coordination between the nerves, that is nervous system, and the endocrine system, the coordination and integration of these two work together and they discharge their functions for the bodily activities. Let us see what is an endocrine system. As the neurons conduct the stimuli, this kind of coordination is called neural coordination or nervous coordination. In second type of coordination, that is chemical coordination, this is achieved by the separate chemicals known as hormones. These hormones are secreted by the endocrine glands, and the hormones that are secreted are non-nutrient chemicals. These are non-nutrient chemicals and are secreted directly into the bloodstream, and they travel through the bloodstream to reach the target organ, and they are produced in minute quantities, that is trace amounts. They are produced in trace amounts. The chemicals or the hormones are secreted in trace amounts, and these are intercellular in nature. Before going into the details of hormones, endocrine glands, and the functions, we should know some terms associated with this unit. First one is the pheromones. Pheromones. Pheromones are nothing but, these are chemicals, chemical substances. These are released by the animals for communication purpose, and they also affect the behavior of other organisms of the same species. Remember, these are the chemicals that are released by the animals for the communication and also affect the behavior of other organisms of the same species. The organisms that are affected must belong to the same species. The one organism, the pheromones produced by one organism, they cannot act on the organism of a separate species but act and affect the same species. That should be remembered. And second is prostaglandins. Prostaglandins also chemical substances. These are also chemical substances which are involved in the some sort of activities like healing. They are responsible for healing. They are important for healing and blood pressure, and also for menstruation, ovulation, and induction of labor during pregnancy, and urination, and all these activities, all these bodily functions are under the influence of chemical substances called prostaglandins. Next is the hypophysis. We are going to know about various endocrine glands. Among that, one is pineal and pituitary glands. It is a pituitary gland which releases hormones, which release secretions into the blood, and the secretions released by the hypophysis influence even the secretions of the other adrenal gland, other hormones, other endocrine glands secretions. Next one is the somatomedins. Somatomedins are a protein-like substances or a kind of proteins that are produced, and they are especially for influencing the cell growth and development, cell division. These are proteins that influence the cell growth and cell division also. Antidiuresis. Antidiuresis. Diuresis is urination. And antidiuresis is a phenomenon of reduced urination or stoppage of urine. Isthmus. Isthmus is also a geographical term where two land masses are connected by a short bridge called isthmus. In the same way, in biology also, we have isthmus. It is a tissue that connects two lobes of an organ. Like for example, a liver. The lobes of liver may be connected with a short connecting tissue called the isthmus. Brain sand. Brain sand is a calcified structure of the pineal gland. Adenohypophysis. It is one of the parts of pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is a very important gland. It has adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. Adenohypophysis is described as the anterior part of the pituitary gland and neurohypophysis as the posterior part. Islets of Langerhans. Islets of Langerhans are present in the pancreas. Pancreas, structure that is present in the that is attached to the digestive system. Pancreas, islets of Langerhans are present in pancreas, where they release some hormones like they have cells like alpha cells, beta cells, are responsible for the release of hormones like glucagon and insulin. Insulin అనగానే మనకి ఏం గుర్తుకొస్తుంది? Diabetes గుర్తొస్తుంది. So that is responsible for control of blood sugar level, hormone which controls the blood sugar level. Eunuchoidism. Eunuchoidism is a condition where underdevelopment of male sex organs in males, and also seen some development of some female sexual characters. It is eunuchoidism. And neurohormones. Neurohormones are hormones that are like neurohypophysis which secretes this. Let us enter the actual topic, that is endocrine system. Chemical coordination which is brought about by the secretions of endocrine glands. Let us see. Yeah, hormones. Hormones are non-nutrient chemical substances which are released by the endocrine glands. These are produced in trace amounts and directly released into the bloodstream, and they pass through the bloodstream to reach the target organ. And these are intercellular in nature. This is the definition of hormone. These are different hormones like catecholamines, insulin, HCG, aldosterone, vasopressin, progesterone, parathormone, melatonin, secretin, erythropoietin, and enterogastrone. These are some of the hormones given here, and many more are there. These are the diseases associated with the imbalanced secretions of hormones. Cretinism, tetany, acromegaly, myxedema, glycosuria, Addison's disease, and gynecomastia, osteoporosis, Simmons disease. These are some of the disorders associated with the hormonal imbalance. And we have seen the neural coordination where the signals are brought about by the neurons. These neurons are present in the body, and they carry the signals very quickly, and the signals that are carried by the neurons are short-lived. That is the main important point of neural coordination. There are two types of coordinations: hormonal, that is chemical, and nervous or neural coordination. Hormonal coordination is the chemical coordination, and neural coordination is the nervous coordination, where brain and spinal cord, their nerves participate in conducting the signals or stimuli. And study of endocrine glands is known as endocrinology. Study of endocrine glands like pineal gland, pituitary gland, adrenal gland. These are all different endocrine glands present in various sites, locations of the body. Endocrine glands, study of endocrine glands is known as endocrinology, and the father of endocrinology is Thomas Edison. There is a disease called Edison's disease that we will discuss later. And endocrine glands, they secrete their secretions, their chemicals directly into the bloodstream to reach the target organ. This is the exocrine. This is endocrine. The difference between these two is the endocrine glands, they release the secretions, that is hormones, directly into the bloodstream. They travel through the bloodstream. There are no ducts. So these are called ductless glands. Ductless glands. And exocrine glands are the glands which secrete the secretions, and the secretions are traveled through the ducts. These are the ducts. So that is the difference. The secretions of endocrine glands are known as hormones. That means to excite or to stimulate. And the first hormone was discovered by Baylis and Starling, and the name hormone was given by Starling in 1905. And both Baylis and Starling discovered the first hormone, that is secretin, in the year 1902. So the credit goes to Baylis and Starling for their discovery of a chemical secretion called the secretin, and later Starling named it as hormone in 1905. Parahormones. What are parahormones or local hormones? These are secreted by every body cell except mammalian RBC. Except mammalian RBC, parahormones are the chemical secretions of every cell of the body. Let us discuss different endocrine glands. Before that, the chemicals secreted by endocrine glands that are categorized into several types, basically 3 types. In the next session, we are going to discuss about the categorization, classification of the hormones and various endocrine glands. Thank you.